Hey guys, welcome back to another Big Meat Sunday. Thanks for coming back. Today, no cooking again. Your favorite. Hey, how easy is that, right? So check it out. You guys, in the last video I put out with all my excuses on why I haven't been really doing any videos, I asked for your guys' help on kind of helping me create a nice new list of recipes that I wanted to do for you guys. And, you know, I appreciate that. One of the things that also I get a lot of my videos, as well as that one video, was a request to do kind of a review and a setup, kind of how I do things with all my cameras. And I know I kind of go overboard just a little bit with camera stuff. So I had a bunch of people in the last year or two that want to know what it is I'm doing. So I thought it'd be a fun video to show you guys kind of how I've evolved. I have another video that I did about a year and a half ago. So I'll put that down in the description box. You can check that out and then compare it to this. So this ought to be a lot of fun. I hope you guys are interested, so stick around. Okay guys, so I have a camera here. This is a Canon Vixia HF-G10. I also have a G30 that's right here, and there are several out in front of me. I know Space Cowboy Texas, Troy, or Greg at Ballistic Barbecue. Those guys use G10 or 20s and 30s just like I do. And so anyway, let me fire this guy up and I'll show you what I see from my perspective. So, all right, so first thing you'll see in front of me down here is me. See? Yeah. This is a computer that I use to control that camera right there in front of me, so I can see what I'm seeing, or rather what it's seeing. I can also use that computer as a remote control. Also, there's a Canon out here. I have some lighting over here and some lighting, and here's another camera up here. That's my Canon G30, and then there's another light out here. So let's go out and we'll visit every one of these cameras. Excuse the mess in the background, by the way. Okay, so right here, we can kind of see what this camera sees. All right, this is one of 4 Canon DSLRs that I use. I don't have one of the DSLRs here now because I'm loaning it to a buddy of mine. So anyway, we're using a f4 24 by 105 image stabilization. It's the kit lens that comes with the Canon Mark III. So kind of get a sense of what that camera sees there. Another Canon Mark III with a Tamron 20, what is this thing? I think it's a 24 to 1, or pardon me, a 24 to 70. It's an f2.8 lens, pretty big hole. And that basically is the second camera angle that you'll see at the beginning of the episode, and then when I start cooking, I'll just drop it down like this and crank up the zoom, and I'll just zoom in and show what it is I'm doing on the cutting board like that. Next in line is a Canon 70D, 70D. That I have 2 of these as well. One of them is out on loan. This thing has got an awesome lens on it. Really like this lens. It's the Canon L 85mm f1.2 lens. You can get some crazy depth of field shots with this. I mean, even up at f2.8, you can still kind of tell how there's quite a bit of shallowness in that depth of field. It's pretty sweet. And that gets me some really great close-ups, especially since the 70Ds are a crop sensor. And basically what you do for the math on that, I know some of you guys might correct me if I'm wrong, but basically you take the size of the lens, or the focal length of the lens, the 85mm, and multiply it times 1.6, and that gets you the actual thing that the image that the sensor sees. So. All right, and then the last camera here is a Canon C100, which is actually a professional cinematography camera. These are what the industry, I guess for lack of a better word, are kind of gravitating towards for shooting professional video. And just wanted to do a quick thank you very much, Christopher Sharp and Hyla Johnson, for talking me into this. Well, it wasn't so much Hyla, but it was definitely Chris. He inspired me to go out and grab one of these. He has one, he loves it, so just by kind of hitting his lead, his videos don't suck, obviously, so I figured, hey, he's got one. Hey, maybe my videos will suck less if I buy one anyway. So anyway, thanks a lot, Chris. Great recommendation. I'm enjoying it thus far. Basically what I'm running off of it is this arm that attaches to this boom that's attached to a hot shoe that it's kind of like a tray almost for items, for lack of a better word. Anyway, I have my wireless up here that I'm wearing. It's a Sennheiser. I don't remember the exact model number, but I will annotate that down below. But I do like these. These are steel chassis. I've dropped them several times and they just keep on running. Solid microphone. Anyway, this arm here holds this monitor, and let me get on the other side here, and you can kind of see, I can see what I see. Let me zoom in. So I can see using that if I'm in frame or not, and that's kind of helpful. I used to use computers, like I said, like this, to run the DSLR cameras here, and here. So I'd have computers out in front of me, at least for the two 5Ds, just so I could start and stop the camera when I wanted to, as well as focus on things and just kind of get a gist of what the image would look like before I started filming. You don't have to go back and forth, so that's kind of handy. Talk about the lighting a little bit, or actually, then I have the this G30, and that's kind of the top-down view. So you see my hand out here on the cutting board. So, and the way I have that kind of set up here, I'll show you the pot rack, just like your basic standard pot rack, right? I have the camera set up on, I don't know what these are called, but it's a piece of steel that you normally screw to the bottom of your camera so you could run an accessory like a flash or something on it. I set up a cleat on a little joystick type looking thing here that you'd set a camera on, and I screwed it to it so I can maneuver the camera and then just lock it in place, and I have that affixed to my pot rack with these two little C-clamps, and that works out really cool. It works out really nice. I can point the camera and get it pointed wherever I need to. This works out really well. Here I have two, again, not recalling, I know they're made by Digifix or something like that. I'll annotate them below as well, but they're 500 LED lights. I have two of them, one on either side, and I also have, I think it's about a 3000K filter in them. Normally they're pretty white like that, but these are a little warmer. They tend to make the food look a little less brown, for lack of a better word. Anyway, those are them. Also the same deal, I have them mounted exactly the same way as I have this camera, where you can see kind of how that works. So, and then as far as the lighting goes, this big old thing, this is a photo diox. That's the same as the other one. It's a photo diox setup. It's kind of cool. It's got a touch screen and dimmer, brighter, and you can also change the color space of it. You can change the warmth of the light. So I usually shoot about 4300, 4200, something like that. These are killer. These are, I think I got these on Amazon. Two of them were, and the joystick or the tripods that they sat on, it was a kit, I think, for It was about $1,000 or something, I don't remember. But definitely cool lights. They're a lot lighter and smaller than the big old huge boxes that you see. And then these things, you know, the diffusers, they were actually off of a kit that I bought previously on Amazon. They were the CFL bulbs, and they were just kind of big and cumbersome and hard to move around. They took up a lot of space, so I stole the covers off of them, and I just kind of set up some Velcro. You can see like that, and I just have them Velcroed. They work out really nice. There's one here, and then there's another one over here. Same setup, same light. I got them as a kit. So this is what the whole enchilada looks like from a distance. Kind of a little bit of chaos. So I don't know if this helps anyone, but it's definitely fun to do these kind of videos, to show kind of what it is that you have to work with. Doing these videos is tough. All of us know that cooking something that might take an hour, you turn a video and it takes 3 hours at least. It's just one of those things. Also, these two guys, I use some of these, or occasionally I'll use these. There's just a couple more lenses. This is the Canon 16x35 f1 or 2.8, and then another great food porn lens. It's a 1.2 50 millimeter. Then I have a ND filter on. Oh yeah, that's another thing. On these two cameras, out in front of me here, they have adjustable ND filters on them. Let me show you what that does. It's kind of cool. Let me take the hood off of this. So what an ND filter does, if for those who don't know, I'll focus on that lens over there. Let's see here. I guess it's not on autofocus. All right, so what an ND filter will do when you have it on is you can change how light and dark the filter is without adjusting the ISO or the aperture on the camera. So if you want to get a super crazy shallow depth of field and open up that aperture really, really wide, you're afraid that you're going to let in too much light and get it all overexposed. I'll show you. We'll run this thing wide open. And see, that's what it would normally look like. See, it's kind of washed out, but you can turn down that ND filter and kind of warm it up. See how that's working? You know, bright to dark. So that's kind of a cool thing to have. So keep that in mind as well. They're kind of handy that way. So anyway, hope this helps anybody. I guess I can put this away now. Thanks for watching, I guess, if you're interested. Also, if you've made it this far in the video and you want to kind of do a video response to this, you know, it'd be cool to see what your setup is. I'd be interested. We can all learn from each other. You know, Chris Sharp is a stud. If he would like to do this as well, I think we can all benefit from that immensely. He is an awesome video photographer, as well as Alan over at Grilling Network. He's a fantastic photographer. Even Roel over at Pitmaster X. You have some crazy looking photography on your channel. Let's see what you guys do. It'd be really interesting to know. So anyway, thanks for stopping by. You know the drill. Sub button, thumbs up, no towel. See you guys.